In a previous tutorial, we looked at creating the shop and the individual pages. But let's say we wanted to create a separate or a different template just for the accessories category. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to create a different look and feel just for accessories. To do that, we're going to go back to Oxygen. Here we have our list of templates. The shop template is the one currently in use for the shop archive. We'll add a new template. We'll just name that shop and we'll reference accessories. We'll inherit the main template elements. On the archive page, we will select taxonomies and we will now go to accessories, which is in our product categories. We select accessories and publish. We'll now go and have a look at that within Oxygen. Here we are within Oxygen. We'll activate the structure panel. You'll see that we are in the accessories category, and if you do look at the drop down, you'll see that the only option is accessories, and that's because that's the category we selected. We'll add a content element. We'll start with a section. We'll move down to Woocommerce. Inside Woocommerce, we're going to look at product list. The product list appears, and we'll hit save. We'll navigate back to the website. If we look at the shop page, we'll see that it is the shop page that we are familiar with. If we go to clothing, it's the clothing layout. And if we go to accessories, we'll see that the accessories template is still showing the original template. So to remedy that, we head back to Oxygen and we change the template priority to a 1. We then update Oxygen. We now refresh accessories and we'll see the template. If we go back to the shop, we'll see the new style template. If we go to, for example, clothing, we'll see the new style. We head back to accessories and you'll see the new styling applies. We'll go back to edit with Oxygen. We're back within Oxygen. We'll move to our structure. We have our product list on the right-hand side. And now we can style, as we did previously, we can style the layout of the page. We'll move to the center. But let's for 1 minute think that maybe what we want to do is, instead of redoing all the styling on this page from the beginning, maybe we want to take some elements from the styling that we already have in place. So in order to do that, what we'll do is we'll head back to Oxygen, the templates. We won't save anything at the moment. We'll then go back to the template for the original shop. We'll select edit. We'll then go and edit that template. And what we'll do is we'll make that element a reusable content element and then just edit the items that we want to in the accessory category. So here we have the shop area loaded up from the default shop template, and let's make this a reusable content element. We head over in the structure panel to the item, we click on the menu and we select make reusable, and we'll call this default shop layout. We'll say OK. And we'll save. Once saved, we'll head over back to the shop. We'll select shop, and you'll see that the default template is showing. If we then go over to the accessories category, we'll see that accessories is still showing that new template. So here in Oxygen now, it says that no products were found matching your selection. This is because we've converted this content element to a reusable content element. So to display those that layout on the page, what we'll do is we'll select that item, and we're going to replace that so that we can see what it looks like. We'll go to Add, we'll go to Reusable, and we'll go to Default Shop Layout. When we select the default shop layout, you'll see that we're given an option for single or for editable. In this case, we're going to go with an editable version. And you will see that the layout is back the way that we know it. So what we'll do is we will delete that reusable content element, and we will keep the editable version. We'll hit save. And we'll go back to the admin. We'll go back to our templates, and we'll select the shop accessories again. We'll edit that. Now that the accessories have loaded, we'll see that we have the default layout that we implemented earlier. What we're going to do is remove that default layout. So we're going to remove that. We're now going to add that reusable section, and we're going to go for the editable version. And we're going to use this as the starting point to edit the accessories. So that just cuts down the time because I don't have to go and create some of the basic styling elements, maybe like the borders, the size of the buttons, the size of the text, etc. To get to the interface, if it's not showing, simply click Advanced and then go back to Primary. I've gone back to Advanced, but that doesn't help. So what we're going to do is we'll go back to Admin. So we will save the changes we've made. We'll head back to Admin, and then we'll open Oxygen again. We're back into Oxygen. We'll open up our structure panel. We can select the accessories, and you'll see now that all the options are available for editing. The first thing that we'll do is maybe we'll change the border color for each image. So we can head straight to the images. We can go straight to borders, and let's change that border color from red, from black to let's leave it at red for the accessories category. And maybe we want to change the color of the buttons. What we can do then is head over to the buttons, and maybe we'll change that color to blue. So just to illustrate, we can change that to blue, and let's change the name of each element to, oh, that's the main title, sorry. Let's change the main title to a green, and let's change the title of each product, which is links, and let's change that also to blue. So let's say we want to make the blue the same as this blue. At the moment, we've just randomly been choosing a color. Let's see how we do that. We can go back then to our main buttons, and there we have the color. So to make that color reusable, we can select the little globe button, we can change this then to make it blue. We can then select if we'd like to add it into global colors or into the atomic color set, but we'll make this a global color and we'll select add. This allows me now to use that color again. I can go to links. Instead of then selecting a color, I can go straight there to that specific color, and I've now changed the color of that particular item. The borders are red instead of black. We've changed the color at the top, and I think that's enough for now, just to show that we can differentiate by category. We can head back to the front end of the website. When we refresh the accessory page, we now have the new styling. When I go back to the shop page, you'll see that that is the previous styling. So that's how easy it is to change the styling. The other thing that I'd like to show you, just to give you some context. Oops, wrong button. Let's go back to the Oxygen templates, is we created a reusable part for the product category layout. And you'll see here that under template type, it's reusable part, default shop layout. When we go to edit, so we'll open that in Oxygen. Once open, you'll see that the content element is on the page, but we can't see the products. And that's because there is no product category linked to this content element. So there's no link to the database in terms of bringing in the product information, and that's why there's no grid on the page. If we wanted to change an element, we could do that. In the same way, we could go heading, change the colors, sales badge as normal. But in order to view the differences, we would then have to go to the front end of the website and have a look and see what that looks like. So to do that, that's what we'll do. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to the admin area within the template. Now earlier what we did when we looked at the template for the shop is we inserted the reusable content element into that shop template page, but we then said use the reusable element in the edit mode, and we were then able to make edits live. However, if we wanted to keep that reusable part as standard across the website, so that changes made there would reflect on other default category pages, we would need to then insert the reusable content element, but not as an editable option. So that's what we're going to have a look at now. So in order to be able to see this, we brought this reusable element in and made it editable. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add in the reusable content element, but as a single. And we'll now get that message, shop, no products were found matching your selection, which is not true. So to prove that, we will delete that element. Now we know when we created that element that it had the default shop loop selected. And now if we go back to the website, we will see that the products are still displaying with the black border and the red button, and that accessories shows the alternative option. So now if we wanted to edit our shop layout, we'd head back to admin, we'd go to templates, we'd then select that reusable type, reusable part, edit with Oxygen, and now we'll go and edit that reusable content element. Now that it's loaded, we know that we're not going to be able to see anything live, but we will be able to see changes if we refresh the page on the website. To demonstrate that, let's go to images, we'll go to borders, and let's change the border color to, let's also make that green. Hit save. We then have a look at refreshing the page, and you'll see that the border color for the images is now green. It's a little bit bright, so we'll tone that down a bit so it's a little bit darker. All right, we'll then go in and we'll change the page heading color. We'll change that to, let's say, blue. Save. We head back to the website, and you'll see now that the word shop will be in blue and the borders are a bit darker. So you can, yes, do that, which means now that all the categories in which we find the default assigned, so in this case, let's just look at, say, hoodies. We'll have the blue heading with the dark green border. And the same will apply to clothing. And if we do go to accessories, we will see the different accessory styling. Right, I hope that you found that useful in how to use Oxygen and the reusable content element to quickly make updates to categories that you'd like to change the styling, but you don't want to start from scratch every time when you're restyling that element. So thank you for watching.